Okay, men's basketball coming off a couple of games. If you haven't checked out the Southern Conference men's scores for the first 2 weeks, you need to, because every game has been extremely close. In fact, SoCon scores we realized yesterday have been tighter than any conference in the nation thus far. Mercer men coming off ETSU yesterday, Western Carolina. Final score of both games combined was only 5 points. So SoCon's a tough league this year. It's going to be a battle every game out. Men will be back home on Wednesday. We've got Samford coming in. Samford currently in first place in the league, and then a trip this Saturday to Wofford. So with that, we'll bring in head coach Ryan Ritter.
All right, thanks for being here. Hope everyone's doing well this afternoon. Yeah, tough week for the Bears. Honestly, two quality opponents. Thought Wednesday played ETSU, was proud of our guys' efforts, thought we fought, thought we competed against a really high-level team. Ultimately just didn't make enough plays down the stretch. And don't say this a lot, but I thought that did carry over a little bit for whatever reason mentally we had I guess the game got moved from Saturday to Sunday, and probably sitting up here for the first time, I don't know that we had our best mental effort going into the road to a team that's very capable of beating people at their home spot. I think we allowed maybe the downfalls of Wednesday to affect our Sunday approach, whether it was the snow or the travel or whatever factors that was thrown our way. Thought we got to be better when we're going on the road, and didn't shoot the ball exceptionally great from the field or the free throw line. Just didn't have enough mental fortitude to combat that and find a way to win on the road. But like Rick said, we found the stat right before the game Saturday. I think that the Southern Conference is number one in the country in close games played, and what they mean by that is an overtime game or a game that ends in a 4 points or less. We're number one in the country in that. So night in, night out, it's going to be a matter of finishing close games, and I think we've got a really connected group that can do that. I think for the first time probably in a little bit, we were kind of struggling through some first-year pains, and this group fortunately had kind of skipped some of those leading up to this week, and I think we got reminded quickly that you got to strap on your boots and you got to become ready to play every single night, and sometimes you're still not going to be good enough, but definitely a learning ability, and I'll be shocked if our dudes don't come out fired up to play a really good team, number one team in our league, one of the best mid-major teams in the country this Wednesday at home against Samford. So really high on our guys. Just got to do a little better job of responding to some adversity, and I think we'll do that this week. So with that, I'll open up any questions you guys have.
I think my question is, have you ever had to experience a delay like that, or a weather-related delay? And if so, how do you keep your guys focused, and how do you stay focused as a head coach for something like that?
Yeah, we've I was at University of Tennessee Martin the last 3 years, so we definitely had our fair share of weather delays and adversity, and I'll be honest, it's not really an excuse. You got to go out and play the game, and we try to be process driven rather than results driven. The process is you got to go 1-0 every day, and collectively as the leader, I don't know that I got us to go 1-0 leading up to Sunday, and whether that be the weather or whatever it may be, collectively and as leader of the group, I didn't have our guys ready to go 1-0, and so the biggest focus is that can't control weather, can't control Western Carolina, can't control Samford, can't control a lot of things. What we can control is our preparation, and ultimately, I fell short preparing our guys this week.
I know you've talked a lot about your guard play throughout these press conferences, but talk about the emergence of Alex Holt, top 20 field goal shooter in the country, double-double in 2 of his first 4 games. How are you feeling about the interior presence over the last few games?
Yeah, we said it, I think it was last week. He's as consistent as an inside guy as we've coached, just from his demeanor, the way he plays, the way he approaches the game. But we made a conscious effort to get the ball inside. I think he can really score in this league, back to the basket, and we made an effort. Wednesday made an effort Sunday, and he's capitalizing. It's guys playing really, really well. He's playing with great confidence. We're confident in his ability to score the ball. Sunday was a little tougher. He picked up, he had 0 fouls in the first half and picked up 4 in the second half. So I think that, had to sit him for a stretch, and I think that was a moment in time where, we were playing really well, and kind of went on a 4 to 6 minute stretch where we just struggled a little bit there. But yeah, we're high on him. He's going to continue to be a force in the Southern Conference.
And I wasn't here last week, so this might have been answered already, but my question is, I guess, 8-man rotation for the first 4 games. Are you looking to maybe boost that up as these games are going to get maybe a little bit more exciting, a little more action-packed, or are you just sticking with your 8 guys?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's an open door. You know, you got to be ready when your number's called. You got to prepare for your moment. We're not glued to an eight-man rotation. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for guys to earn that. You know, obviously, when you have some setbacks, you look at some adjustments. But I'll give our guys credit, even the guy or two that didn't get in the mix. They're going to be prepared when their number's called. I got full confidence in that. And you know, we'll look at Sanford and we'll figure out, you know, what gives us the best chance to win a game against a really good team.
And obviously, Bucky McMillan, a great mid-major coach. How are you guys preparing for Bucky ball this week?
Well, obviously, you know, we got back last night around midnight, so really had to turn the page from Western Carolina. But I think everyone wants to talk about their press and how we're going to attack that. Obviously, we've got to have a plan for that. But they're tremendous offensively. You know, they can spread you out. They can score in a variety of ways. They offensive rebound the ball. So, again, it's not just like a fluke. This is their third straight year in a row of being a really good basketball team. They've got a great identity, and we'll find a way to combat that come Wednesday night.
In close games, what is your message to your players to try and, you know, thrive in those situations and be better in those situations?
Yeah, I think the truth of it, we've been here before. And, you know, up until the last two games, you know, we've come out on top a lot of times. And so, you know, our preparation weeks, you know, we compete, we battle, we go bone on bone and you know, we work on late game situations quite a bit. So I think there's I think there's a ton of confidence when we go with 4 minutes to go. And ultimately, the last two games, we hadn't got it done. I mean, you can look at the record, we're 2-2. Very easily could be 4-0. And I think the message is, you know, we've been here before. This is what we do. This is what we prepare for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So there's really no surprises. You know, give ETSU, give Western Carolina credit. They made some plays down the stretch. And, you know, I don't think there's any panic from our guys. I think it's just continuing to, you know, put our feet forward and be ready for a close ball game on Wednesday night.
You guys took 34 free throws against Western. Getting to the free throw line seems like you left some at the free throw line. But what does that mean, obviously, to see your guys getting to the free throw line, getting those chances, and, you know, being a little more physical or drawing fouls?
Yeah, I think, you know, 4 games in, I think we've done a significantly better job in conference of drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. And we talk about attacking and controlling the paint, and I think we've been able to do that. Obviously, we've got to capitalize a little bit better from the free throw line, but, you know, I like what we're doing in terms of getting there. I think we're second in the league in free throw rate right now in league play, so we'll continue to attack that, and you know, we'll step up and you know, get better from the free throw line as well.
What have been your first impressions of the SoCon through the first 4 games?
Well, you better be prepared for close games. You know, I think we've had four teams, 4 different styles actually. You know, I think obviously this is a really offensive-driven league. Some guys that can really score some points, but you know, when you look at the league, you know, Chattanooga obviously can really score. ETSU is as physically tough as we've played. VMI plays a 40-minute zone, and then Western Carolina, I mean, those jokers play harder than probably anybody we've played this year. So 4 different teams, 4 different styles, but I think at the end of the day, with 4 minutes to go, you know, it's a one-possession game, and you got to prepare for that and understand that you can't be results-driven. You got to be process-driven. And would we like to be up here 3-1, 4-0? Absolutely. But if I'm not mistaken, I think said it on day one. Our job is to play our best basketball in March, and we got dealt some adversity this week. You know, for us to play our best in March, we got to respond the right way. We got to continue these building blocks, and we got to find a way to compete Wednesday night.
Ryan, you held ETSU to 70 points here, and then gave up 85 on the road to Western Carolina. What did you think of the defensive effort at Western Carolina? Was there anything that just kind of different challenges that Western Carolina presented towards ETSU that kind of gave you some different problems?
Yeah, I thought, you know, the first thing is the tempo of the game against Western Carolina was a little bit more up and down. Western Carolina and us, I think 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 in tempo, so the points per game aren't as much of a worry. Now the points per possession was higher against Western Carolina, and I think part of that, honestly, like I said, it's on me. I didn't think we had our most disciplined approach on Sunday, and whether that was the travel or the whatever it was, I mean, they were dealing with it too. So I thought we were extremely locked in Wednesday night. They made some plays down the stretch and beat us. I don't know that our focus was where it needed to be on Sunday, and I think some mental errors probably led to some buckets that ultimately we've been able to take away here the last couple weeks. And give Western Carolina credit. They capitalized when we gambled and did some things non-characteristic of our group.
You talked a little bit about how they love the close games, you know, and you talked about, you know, not results, but process. Is there a guy, whether it's in the huddle during the game or in the locker room, that
Yeah, I think, again, it's year one. You're collectively trying to understand who each and every guy is. It's like microwave recruiting now with the portal and stuff. So you're living in real time. You're figuring out who your real leaders are. But, I think Chip Johnson's a guy that we count on every day. I think he's a guy that continue to lead the group in the right direction. And it's all those guys, though, really. I mean, collectively, these guys want to win. Now, we all want to win. Now, what are you willing to do in the face of adversity? Because this week's not going to be the first time of adversity. It's not going to be the last time. But I think we've got a great collection of guys. I don't know if there's one or two guys that necessarily stick out. I think you got a lot of guys searching for answers and seeking out so we can finish with the best results possible.